sir.
Don't you like that?
Do I like what?
Don't you like this?
Which?
Huh. Don't you like this? Nothing's planned. Just came here in your office without being invited, do a video.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I know. I could read mine too. I'll be done in 2 minutes.
What is it?
No, somebody told me that.
You're blocking.
Somebody told me
the
that
way.
this guy died. So that's
Mike?
Yeah.
He did not.
Somebody.
Did
Somebody just left that on Facebook. I'm not sure. So.
he? We were just talking about him.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
My,
Okay. Tell me what happened. We're not sure. We're not sure. Tell me
well,
what.
you can't tell me maybe, and then you're not sure.
No, somebody asked me if it's true. So I said there hasn't been too much on social media. So we'll see. But I'm not. I saw him Saturday.
Yeah,
And
Tayon. Hey, Tayon. Oh, she's on the phone.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Shout at her.
Sorry about that. Sure didn't say anything. Okay. Tell me what happened
This
last.
is still on the way.
Nah, that's all right.
Look.
Hey, it hides us.
Quality control.
Okay, so what happened last week? Community of the whole, public safety and justice. Were you there?
I was. I asked
And-
questions.
What did you ask?
I asked about biker gangs.
Biker gangs.
Yeah.
What's the matter? You want to get shot? You listen. Hold it. Bloggers and politicians.
What?
We don't touch biker gangs. We leave that alone because we want to walk the street. Don't you like to walk the street at night?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what did you ask? I don't know if I want to cover this. I'll say, okay. Maybe you're paid by the biker gang to talk. Next time Charles sees you, talk about biker gangs. Go ahead.
So, well, what I was really asking about was the security intelligence network that the province public safety had set up to collect intelligence about organized crime, which includes biker gangs. And they took it all apart, except for the central hub, which is Criminal Intelligence Service of New Brunswick.
What's that?
Well, I think we talked about it once before.
Is that the one on top of the hill, Regent Street?
Well, it was. Remember you went in there?
Yeah, the former
Okay.
chief and everything?
Yeah. So they took apart the regional networks. They had 5 different regional units. So that's all taken apart. And they cut the budget by that amount. And then they shut down the office on Regent Street and they moved into J Division.
Oh.
So there's six employees of Department of Public Safety in J Division who constitute the New Brunswick, the Criminal Intelligence Service of New Brunswick, led by the executive director.
Who paid for that? Who pays for that?
Department of Public Safety.
That's New Brunswickers.
Yeah.
What a waste of money. Okay.
And so the new executive director is,
Barry Midnight?
No. It's the former chief of the Woodstock Police Force.
That's like the Senate of Canadian.
So anyway,
Okay,
so that's
right.
what's happened. So that's one thing. So I talked about that. I talked about.
How about the other police that goes after contraband?
Oh, sorry. Thank you for reminding me. So I asked, was the reason that you cut that so you could pay for the new contraband tobacco? Because we were
What?
looking back a couple of years, right? Like we were examining their books from a couple of years ago. So yeah, was that the reason you cut? Sorry, I'm out of the picture.
That's all right. Some people don't mind that at all. Go ahead.
You need a director. Stay in the picture, David.
Many.
Anyway, so I asked the deputy minister, well, is that why it got cut?
What got cut? Can I ask you?
No, the regional, the organized crime.
Okay,
The organized crime intelligence units.
So it got
on the
cut
region.
because of the contraband.
So I said, did it get
Okay.
cut so you'd have the money to pay for the new contraband
For the new
tobacco
Senate,
thing, right? Tobacco thing. And well, he didn't answer me. He just said that he's the one who made the decision to cut the regional network of for intelligence gathering for organized crime. And he said every time I see the chiefs, the local police chiefs, they say we would want that back. And I said, well, I'm not surprised they want that back. Anyway, so there was that. I asked him about what happened. Was there any change to when they release people from jails, provincial jails?
Did you ask that?
In terms of getting home?
Did you ask that?
Yeah.
How come the media never covered that?
So afterwards, I'm talking to Jacques Poitras in passing, and he said, yeah, there's enough stories, things that came out today for 8 different stories.
He never covered one.
I didn't see any. He didn't see one. So I don't know what's going on with that.
So what they say about prisoners walking home?
They said that they try and encourage them to make arrangements as part of their process for reintegrating into
Community.
the community. That's what they said.
How the hell can they make arrangement when they're not allowed a phone call, or they got a call collect, and you have received a collect call from
Right.
inmate, boom, boom, boom.
Anyway, so, and he said actually that, because you had said that they used to get a bus ticket or something? Or they
Used to be a bus fare, then they cut that off because there was no more bus.
Right. And he said that was quite a long time ago. he
Yeah.
said. So, no change there, it's the same situation.
Same situation, Carl Urquhart and Denis Landry, they're both the same now.
Right,
Okay, so that means they're allowed people with mental illness
yeah.
and to walk home, no
Yeah.
family, okay. We'll
So-
go after Carl on that one.
So then I asked questions around the review of the sexual assault charge, or sexual assault complaints to police forces. Remember, the Globe and Mail did that big national study and found in St. John, for example, there was a lot of complaints that were never investigated because
Oh,
they're
yes.
categorized as not, they call it unfounded. They
Yeah.
mean not legitimate or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I asked questions about that. And one of the things that came out of that was interesting and worrisome was, in the review, what they found was, across the province, a high percentage of those sexual assault complaints were sexual assaults or sexual violence against children and youth. Incredible.
I
So-
thought with all the internet and all that all the publicity, and that would cut down on the,
Apparently not. So anyway, so there's...
even in Rome, they had the Pope had a big meeting, 4 days.
Yeah, so,
Okay, go ahead.
so they set up a group to look at that. And then I asked questions about the coroner, and so the coroner,
Did you ask when prisoners dying behind bars, how come there's no inquest by the coroner? Did you ask that?
not specifically that,
No?
I asked about how many inquests were underway, and I think he said 6.
And what are they? They're not prisoners dying behind bars or murdered behind bars.
Most of them are occupational related people who died on the job,
Oh, yeah.
and one of them is Michel Bienot.
You should, yeah, the inquest, he was shot dead in cold blood by the
So-
Batters Police Force.
So he's that one. But so what I was asking was, so there's a problem with the coroner's office because they are supposed to report annually to the legislature,
They don't?
and they take a long time. So the most recent report is 2015.
Why?
The answer is they don't finish their annual reports until all the cases they're talking about are closed officially.
They got 6 more to go.
So that makes big delays. So I said, well, who is responsible for following up on the recommendations of the coroner around either what he finds in the inquests or the child death reviews or the domestic violence reviews? When they make recommendations, whose job is it to try to make sure they're implemented? He said, well, it's the coroner's job. Because when the Auditor General makes recommendations, she presents them to a committee of the legislature. And then it's our job to try and make sure that they're followed.
It sounds like, okay,
So
go
well,
ahead.
just finish off. So he said, well, it's the coroner who keeps track, and he reports out on how many of the recommendations that have been made get implemented. And I said, well, but his reports are, like it's 2019, the last report we had is 2015. This is a problem. So this is a problem.
So it sounds like you do your job, but it sounds like Monsieur Jean Pertois or the media in general is not doing their job
Well,
in covering committee of a whole, which is boring, but you get more facts. It's better than the 20 minutes question bullshit, period.
Anyway, well,
So how does the public get a hold of what you just said?
I'm going to summarize.
Please, you're not going to say, oh, this is my week. This week at the legislature. Remember you were doing those videos? You're not going to do that, please. We got to have a devil advocate.
I'm
across from you.
gonna put something together the highlights of that.
Yeah, so
Post it.
it looks like public safety don't give a rat ass about provincial jail and prisoners behind bars with mental illness, or Tyler Sweeney died in Shediac jail last year, a year ago last week. Caroline Warnock begged for her life at the Miramichi jail, and the guards ignore her. We have a witness on that. Nothing on that. Marchette, a guy was murdered in Shediac jail a few months ago because of a candy bar, I guess. And there's others. Looks like public safety don't give a goddamn about prisoners' rights.
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I mean, there's lots of issues. So the thing about the jails is we don't get the kind of information we need because there aren't inquests. Well, there should be inquests.
Yeah, it should, but there's none.
So,
Are you going to bring it up during question period?
Yeah.
Maybe the media will cover it there.
yeah, maybe you could put the list together for me, but what you just said.
Sure,
Okay, it's a
I can
town
send that to you,
or
no
something.
problem. I'm
Anyway.
surprised I come up with that one. I wonder what's the problem. Oh, I have a cold, so I'm a little bit calm. Okay, so the bottom line
It's
is...
the cold medicine.
Yeah, cold
It's
medicine.
better than the Ritalin.
Yeah, much better than... anything is much better than the Ritalin. Okay, so the bottom line, this is it. Then Justice, did you... did the People Alliance ask any question? Or did he want to privatize the provincial jail?
I think
That's a
Chris.
yeah.
I think Chris Austin asked some questions.
What did he ask?
I don't remember.
What's the matter? Are you another Charles LeBlanc? Me? You don't pay attention to what the other person
I
is
don't
saying?
remember. I don't remember. Lots of questions were asked.
A lot of questions. And nothing in the media.
I guess I didn't check, but there was nothing. I believe you tell me.
And Communications New Brunswick says I'm not labeled as media. Bullshit!